So we hear about a lot of spiritual teachers or guides or psychics talk about twin flames. It's a very popular topic. And obviously, we don't want to get too wrapped up in the labels because at the end of the day, everything that goes on in the spirit world is genderless and nameless, and we are whole from within. We really are. There are, you could say there are certain beings that subdivide into two and then have to find that other piece of their soul. But ultimately, I believe that we are whole. But today I'm going to introduce something that I believe has never been talked about because it's a very particular vision that I got that I'm sure other people have gotten before, but we're going to call this parallel reality twin flames. Okay? A lot of the soulmates or twin flames that you may encounter in your life might have been lovers in previous lives. But today, because previous lives are real and all, but I'm more of the school of thought of multidimensionality. So I see it more as everything is existing right now in this melting pot of this universe. So the past and the present and future all coexist, which means that these past lives or these past life lovers that you've had are actually lovers in alternate realities. So you might be in a relationship with them on a different version of reality. Now, I got this really, really cool vision because this happened to me recently where I encountered someone that I really felt a strong resonance with. And a lot of you have probably experienced this as well. And it's this inexplicable feeling, and your heart flutters when you see them, and so on. And then when I went online because we added each other, when I went online, I saw that they were married. And so that's when I got the vision of the parallel twin flame. The parallel twin flame is someone who was potentially supposed to be your twin flame in this lifetime. But due to a choice that they made, they ended up taking a different direction in life, which is completely okay because we have to trust that that direction was the right direction or the right path that they were supposed to go on. But the voice I kept hearing in my head, which wasn't my voice, it was a voice, was, why didn't you wait for me? So there are times in life where we meet someone and we settle, even though we may not be fully in love, or maybe we are. I mean, this is going to apply to everything and everyone. We meet someone who is wanting a family, they're very adamant about that. And so they meet the right fit or the right candidate for that. And they end up settling with them, but they weren't fully in love. Their priority at the time was to have a family. And then a year later, they might see you and go, wow, I feel this incredible connection, a twin flame connection, and I can't put my finger on it. And what that is that they prematurely chose to have a family with someone. And if they had waited one more year, they would have met you. So it's a crazy vision, but what's going to happen is because they've made their decision, and you obviously don't want to interfere with what they have going with their family and all that, because that would be operating from a lack of integrity. And now that we're on a spiritual awakening process or path, and we're moving into these higher dimensional planes of existence, we're transitioning ourselves into a higher matrix. We never ever want to add to the karma when we've already cleared it or we're in the process of clearing it by getting involved with someone who's married and so on. So the choices that we make dictate our future realities, okay? Our future realities. But they do determine a certain outcome. And you may meet someone that you have a incredible electrical connection with, but because they've made their choice and you've made yours or whatever, however it played out, you're going to be defined as parallel reality twin flames. Because on a different reality, in a different situational, circumstantial scenario, you guys would have ended up together. But instead, what happened is they chose to make a left. And when they saw you, they realized, wow, that could have been another probability, and it probably is a probability on a different version of reality, on a different version of the now, because when you go into multidimensionality, there isn't just one now. There are infinite nows. And we get to choose which reality we want to align with or which now we want to align with. So this was a really profound download that I got, because a lot of us will presume to think that this person was a lover in a past life, which is why we feel the connection, when really they are a lover on an alternate timeline. But you guys won't be able to be together in this lifetime based on the choices that you either made or that they made, because it took them on a different trajectory. So receiving this download was quite powerful. And sometimes it's not an easy pill to swallow, to see someone that you, if 5 years ago they had said, I'm going to wait because something in my gut is telling me to wait, but they were too fixated and putting too much emphasis on what they wanted at the time, that they might have rushed into a decision which took them on a different trajectory in life. So, there's nothing wrong with that. That's why I'm a firm believer that there isn't just one soulmate out there. There isn't just one twin flame, just like there isn't just one now. There are infinite versions of the now. And so there are infinite versions of the twin flame or the soulmate. And whatever you guys feel more comfortable with is fine. They are kind of different, but they're not, because everything is the same in life. So I'm different than you, and you're different than me, but ultimately we're the same. And this journey is about recollecting the truth of who we are, remembering all of our selves, all those memories, opening up those memory time capsules, connecting into the truth and the true nature of who we are. And so from that viewpoint, we are all whole, and no one can complete you. You may bump into a parallel reality twin, and it's just not meant to be in this lifetime. It's not destined for you, and that's okay, because there are infinite lifetimes, and you will meet again. I believe that. You will meet again, or something will happen where they come to a conscious realization, or you come to a conscious realization that you absolutely want to be together in this lifetime, but we cannot go against our integrity. We cannot try to fight the universal laws of the divine. The divine is all about seeing everything as one. So if someone is married to someone else, the person they're married to is your brother or sister. And there has to be a full-on respect towards that person. And if we can operate from that space of compassion, operate from that space of unity consciousness and oneness, then you are clearing your karma. You are vibrating yourself into a higher dimensional timeline. But I love this concept of the parallel reality twin flame, because I myself have seen a lot of people, and I'm like, we were lovers in a past life, or we're going to be lovers in a future life. But yesterday, when this vision came to mind, it all kind of made sense. Their choice dictated a different outcome, which may be an unpreferred outcome for you and for them, but that's okay, because this journey is about learning. Okay, it's about learning and being an acceptance of the choices that we made. If at the time they were prioritizing having a child, and a good, secure man or woman came along and they wanted the same thing, that's completely fine, because a beautiful child was birthed from that. So we never live in remorse here, because we know that this is not a finite universe, it's an infinite universe. And if we don't get to experience it with that particular person in this lifetime, we will experience it with another person, and perhaps reunite with that person in another life. So it's kind of like, it kind of makes you melancholic when you think about it, but it also brings you joy to know that this universe operates abundantly, and there are never shortages, there are never limitations. We will get to experience all of our heart's desires. I'm a firm believer of that. No matter what, we will get to experience all of them. So if there's someone in your life right now that you can't have because they made their choice, well, on a parallel reality, you guys are twin flames. But in this lifetime, you may not be together, and that's okay. Or you may be together, but you would have to go about it in an integral way, where you're still respecting the person that they're with, and they respect that person too, and they respect you, and so on and so on. So parallel reality twin flames, they're all around us. It's amazing, and we can connect the dots when we look back. Love you guys.